What did actually happen last time?
We all collectively had sex with Breathbomb.
So last time, believe first. I know Nicholas had a conversation with the Archon. More or less.
Both the Archon and I agreed to do what we could to keep the Camarilla out of Bucharest. Like, we know a quagmire when we see one.
Yeah, Anastasio is making bombs.
What else is new?
There was the meeting of the Bucharest Free State, where Patrick basically with all of them, yeah, I'm in the Second Inquisition. Dracula is backing me. You can either get on board or you can keep your head down. And most of them seem to be on board with everything. Patrick's side didn't seem too happy. Sadly, the meeting was a little interrupted by the news that Casper had helped Lycos make a horrific flesh golem using the bodies of his dead friends and send it to attack basically Patrick's office. That was apparently dispatched with the help of two seem to be kindred. One of them had a very big gun. I wonder who that could be.
He'll survive for too long at this rate.
I'm not sure any of us will survive for too long at this rate.
After that, Patrick got threatened by a member of the Camarilla, who basically told him, keep this under wraps or we're moving in. And then Casper helped make another flesh golem and told them where to find Nicholas's residence, and it will almost guaranteed to attack during the day.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Archon recommended we bring Jennifer back, which none of us want to do.
Well, he's...
I wasn't asked. You don't know what my saying it is.
I don't care.
No one cares.
Let me call you. Where are you right now? And can we meet at noon? Don't worry, I'll be there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
about to say that. Yeah, it's basically because you asked, like, hey, can I get any help? And he's like, well, I don't think you'll like the help we can offer. This is like the only person we have in the area. And she's powerful, but kind of shitty. Use her if you have to. Yeah, kind of shitty.
It's only a little shitty? Just a little bit?
Only a little.
Tangentially.
Tangentially shitty. All right.
Everyone that dunks on Anastasio is like gets like plus karma points by default.
I see. So what you're saying is most of the villains in Bucharest have bonus karma.
Yeah, it upsets the stains when they just can like do harm to Anastasio. It upsets all of their stains.
That's crazy.
I should know where Anastasio's base is then.
Actually, if you kill Anastasio, you just get +1 in humanity.
Oh damn.
One of the kids we have in care was threatening to poison his grandmother. Having met his grandmother, I'm on his side in this one.
Damn.
Interesting.
Shit.
Well, with that said, I believe.
Let's kill some grandmas.
can all give me rouse checks. The new night approaches.
Damn.
And fucking Nicholas wakes up, fucking smoking crater in front of his house. What happened here?
Well, technically it's his office, so yeah.
I
Goes into
assume
work,
that
cup of coffee. What happened here?
Whoa. What's all this then?
can't even get a nap in.
Yeah, well, Nicholas, as you arouse from your slumber, feeling much more hungrier than when you went to sleep. By the way, what's your hunger at right now?
2.
Yeah, okay. Not that bad. Unfortunately, Fatima is almost next to you as she looks rather distressed as she hands you hands you a tablet which is displaying some of the local news.
I blink to clear my eyes and begin reading it.
There is rather like the footage is good, but the angles are kind of bad and there's like a lot of chaos. You can clearly see one of those abominations that have been fleshed and stitched together, absolutely demolishing the office you had, the building itself. That's, by the way, like pretty downtown. Like this is a pretty populated and central area. And you're pretty sure it's like midday as the sun is high up in the sky. There's like people screaming. There's like complete chaos. You've never
How
seen
much
a
do I-
masquerade breach of this gravity in your life or ever heard of one that, like, other than like bombings of certain strategic places, this is about on that level.
How much damage did it do?
It more or less demolished several floors of the building. As
How many?
the news reports. Well, I was gonna say this is not an actual news report. This is more of a footage, as Fatima will say. I believe there are a few dozen injured and about 10 victims didn't make it.
When she says victims, does she mean our people or?
No, I mean, some are probably your people because your ghouls worked in that building, but no, it's just like the total number.
Will you get a head count of how many people we lost?
At least couple of members of security and one of the secretaries there was working for us directly.
If you can find me their contact information, I'd like to write their families a note. I need to speak with the Archon.
Yes, I do believe he's waiting for. As she's gonna leave the phone in the room as she's gonna walk out.
The note just
I
says,
call the Archon.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I call the Archon.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up immediately. Well, Nicholas, this situation has turned from rather difficult to, well, rather catastrophic.
I didn't expect that he would be able to move against us during the day, which was a failure of imagination on my part.
Not. I. I lack the words. I haven't dealt with a situation like this in 2 decades, at the very least. Please tell me at the very tell me something good. Do we have a lead, a name, someone we can pin the blame on, so the Justicar won't just kill all of us?
The attack on Patrick's holdings last night was absolutely performed by our former coterie mate Casper. I'm certain this is as well, although until I won't be able to provide proof until I'm able to examine the body. Patrick has called in all of his friends. He has
Nicholas,
his friends
do
are.
you understand why the Camarilla has never moved to secure this region of the world? There's 2 reasons, Nicholas. One is those bloody sorcerers. Second one, exactly what charged your office in midday. This was the Camarilla city, would have a solution. So you will either deal with this, or there's a third incident. I assure you, Nicholas, that this is not coming from me. This is coming from the Justicar herself. There will not be a fourth.
We will move against Casper as soon as we can. I will speak with Patrick and Anastasio to prepare for a counterstrike.
If there's anything you need, please let me know. Also to inform you, reinforcements have arrived in the area. Proper, professional reinforcements. I will inform your ghoul of a number, but only to call this number when you have need of something to be killed. They specialize in that sort of thing, and they're not much for conversations. Luckily for you, there are no La Sombra involved, because we all know that they're not the most professionals.
Going up against the Bali didn't worry me with having the La Sombra on side. Going up against something like Sasha Vikos is where my doubts about La Sombra loyalty begin to slip in.
You may be right, but this is why the ones that I've dispatched and have placed under your command are quite unaffiliated with any Sabbath leanings.
I believe that at least one member of Clan Tremere is en route as well. I don't have an ETA at this time.
Very well. If there's anything else, please do keep me up to date.
I will let you know what I hear when I discuss this with Patrick.
I'm trying to keep the Justicar out of this, Nicholas, but he's not the most patient and understanding of people. She decides that the city has to burn, the city will burn, and all the kindred in it. And at that point, Nicholas, you will have to cut your losses and pull out. You don't wish to be caught in the crossfire.
The only other solution that presents itself as worthy of consideration is that the Camarilla disavow me for the time being. Or that I disavow the Camarilla for the time being.
Feel free to pursue whatever schemes you wish.
Is there any way that I can set up a dead drop system in case I do need to go rogue to maintain communication?
Did set up something rather rudimentary. It should suffice. I will forward you the locations.
If I have to do this, I'll make it look good, but hopefully not so good that I can't come home when this is all over. But I recognize that the situation is extremely serious.
At this, if it is truly your intention, then, well, by the power invested in me by the Justicar, I'll declare that you have immunity until further notice is given. Any actions you may take will not be held against you, no matter how harsh they may seem on the outside.
I appreciate that. We need to keep eyes in Bucharest, but once the situation's stabilized, we're nearing a place where we need to write this city off.
It does appear so. Good luck.
Thank you.
And with that, he will close off the phone call and forward you the appropriate data.
I'm going to call Fatima back in.
Walk in. Sir?
We are leaning in the direction of going of appearing to go rogue. The situation is extremely serious with this kind of masquerade breach, and it can't be allowed to be tracked back to the Camarilla. But the Camarilla continues to need eyes and ears in this city. I'm going to give you some information. We're setting up a dead drop system to get information back to the Camarilla without us appearing to be involved. It is, I think at this time, very unlikely that our original mission will have anything resembling a successful outcome.
Understood.
Your performance has been exemplary.
She nods and says, "Thank you."
Am I aware that Daniela looked uncomfortable with what Patrick was saying?
I don't remember, but you would know that out of everyone in the city, she was the most pro Camarilla, at least from the people that survived.
I'm going to get in touch with her.
Well, fortunately for you, the Camarilla does have spies in the city, so simple request to the Archon, and he will actually provide you contact details, like personal contact details.
Okay.
As she's gonna pick up the phone and says, "Yes, who's this?"
This is Nicholas Gray.
Expect to be hearing from you, although it doesn't surprise me with what's going on.
It seems that Patrick's new allies make you uncomfortable. They make me uncomfortable as well. I haven't told my superiors yet, but I will be providing them with the information via a dead man switch on my life. If you want to come home, that is something that can be negotiated.
City has been going steadily and quickly to shit. Maybe that may be an offer we're considering at this point.
Something to think about.
If it comes to it. I apparently have my number already.
I don't even know half the names in this Rolodex. I wouldn't think too much about it.
I suppose we'll keep in touch.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Good night, Daniela.
Good night, Nicholas.
And I'm going to call Patrick.
Well, speaking of Patrick, to rouse from slumber, similarly to Nicholas, Dan is showing you the video footage of the thing that's apparently been like circulating on the internet, and they're like Dan's just It's quite bad, sir. I
Fucking.
I've alerted some of the other Ventrus. They're starting to mobilize, trying to. At this point, there's so many people who've seen it, so many people who videos online. Try and take it down from the news, report it as a hoax, but it's bad. It's really bad.
Tell them to keep at it, clean up what they can. Well, how much? What are the state of the casualties?
At least 10 dead, about 30 wounded.
Okay, all right. Story we're going to go with. 10 dead. We can't cover it. We can't just make that go away. The story we're going to have to go with is that this was some sort of attack, terror group, something like that.
Well,
Any other bad news?
I know, I think this pretty much covers it, but it's been a rather chaotic 7 hours.
All right. Grant, what was the name of the thin blood who concocted the recipe to begin with?
Marcel.
Marcel. All right. Listen. We're going to need to find Marcel. He knows the recipe. We're certainly not going to give it to them, but if we have him and we have the only copies of that recipe that exist, that gives us a position we can use. The Camarilla isn't already moving in. They're going to be moving in soon. They won't tolerate this. And if they get Marcel before we do,
Like nods.
yeah. So, just I'll be talking to some of my own contacts. I want you working on that as well. We need to find him.
We've been trying, but well, maybe with your new SI friends.
Patrick will nod.
Well, soon enough, your phone would ring, Patrick. Nicholas.
Nicholas, I've already heard the news.
We are on our last chance. If we don't move against, if we don't stop these attacks, then the just the cars come in and they'll kill every kindred in the city. I think we need to move against Casper to at least limit his ability to act.
he's as dumb as he's always been, I have a good idea where he is. Gave him a farmhouse he can use so he'd stopped ruining the fucking coffee shop.
I have some allies I can call in. They're heavy hitters and apparently not much for conversation. But if you can provide some sort of long distance net to serve as a quick response force and a dragnet for anything that tries to escape.
I can dispatch some ghouls. Anastasio's been making remote piloted bombs, and I could get you eyes in the sky.
Do you want in on this?
Speaking of which, how are you? Is Anastasio checking up the news as he rouses from a slumber?
Honestly, probably.
Holy shit! Apparently, there's been some sort of catastrophe that's been circulating on like a lot of social media platforms, like YouTube and Instagram. Just people just sharing this clip around of what looks like a monster rampaging downtown, smashing one of the office buildings. As sounds of gunfire and screams can be heard.
What? Can I start making a bunch of like fake? Can I have like a bunch of like fake accounts essentially on like these social media platforms and start like essentially circulating rumors that this is some sort of like either Russian or Chinese like
Oh, there's already
weapon.
a lot of people doing that. You do notice that there's plenty of skeptics online. There's like videos already debunking this.
Hmm.
People claiming it's AI generated. This is fake. This is pointing out certain discrepancies. There's a lot of there's a bit too many maybe debunking videos.
Mm. So
Um,
the Camarilla are already on it. Good on them.
yeah, there's like
Can I actually then, using my technological skills, can I actually try and mimic it with an AI video to almost disprove it?
um, not really because you don't have time to randomly train a model on this stuff. Like, you
Okay.
could do it. You just need like, hey, you need like at least, I would say, either a data warehouse or like a week or so to be even able to.
Mm.
But again, there's this situation has been going on for at least 7 hours. It's since like midday. Problem is yeah, I was about to say that yes, the injured people. There's been reporters trying to like dig up information, and some like hospitals report getting injured, but then once the reporters actually got there and tried to investigate it, it's appeared that the bodies went missing. Like it's a whole fucking fiasco. Like clearly they've been trying to cover this up desperately and chaotically. It's not like a unified effort. Unfortunately, Bucharest ain't the Camarilla, so their efforts to clean the masquerade aren't as coordinated as something like the Camis.
Okay, Nick. Fucking, that's another thing for Patrick to handle.
Because you have like a couple of Ventures schools trying to like coordinate between one another. So it's messy. It's definitely messy. Any hunter while watching this would be like, okay, time to pack up the grenades and go to Bucharest, I guess. Which is okay-ish because you're working with the SI. But you can imagine people like the Sabat might also be like, huh, that's interesting. Maybe we should all go there as well. Because this definitely looks like a Sabat attack. There's no one else who would do this. And, well, Vitos is rather popular with the Sabat. This has gone from a shit situation to absolute disaster. I'm not sure what you were gonna do with this information, Anastasia.
The information on the about the monster.
Yeah, the videos, the like everything I just told you.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll call. I'll set up. I'll get like a group call with like Patrick and Nicholas.
Well, I was gonna say, as you are discussing this, Patrick, you do also see that Anastasia wants to join the conversation.
All right, yeah, with Vladimir.
Yellow. So we're gonna have to move against Casper like now, right?
We're already planning it. Nicholas has some heavy hitters coming in, and I'm going to be providing support.
And what about the guys who helped take down the first one, right? Can you call those guys?
Should be able to.
All right. Well, I'll get my fucking drones ready. Call Theodore maybe in the. Let's see what the woman's name. My NPCs. No. Trying to find her name. No. Where the fuck is her picture?
I could tell you the name. I know most of these.
The name of the. Yeah. Could you tell me her name?
Which one? Give me like a.
Oh,
clan.
Michaela. Never mind. Found it.
Like a clan. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You can contact Michaela and Theodore too. Hey, maybe you can grab old Father Deacon as well.
Yeah. Want to keep this mission a little small, but Deacon's probably going to be. Deacon would be a help, yeah?
Not type in the NPC.
Oh my love. Sorry, I wasn't actually typing.
Okay.
I clicked away from on my other monitor and I
Not
was
let
doing
this
something.
tyrant keep you down. Type who you want. If you want to type shit and piss in the group chat, in the NPC chat, you should be allowed to. You should have that, right?
Cock and balls. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, with that though, Patrick's gonna hang up because he's got people to call.
That is a good point. What's Casper gonna do as he wakes up? Does Casper check the news?
Yeah, I'll check the news.
Holy shit,
I am
Casper.
also incredibly hungry. Yeah.
Well,
Just making that aware.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I wouldn't worry too much about that. There's a fresh batch of volunteers in your barn.
Okay.
But yeah, as you like open the even. How hungry are you? What's your hunger at?
5.
Holy shit.
Got
Okay,
it.
so I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
that's
no,
what I mean.
you don't
I
check
didn't
the
realize
news.
I was that high, and I rolled, and
Yeah. You don't check the
Yeah.
news as you wake up ravenous. As you go for like the nearest source of food. As you walk out of your house, you smell you smell the blood from the barn. And as you stumble in, there's this sort of. It looks like a kind of like a basin. It's like filled with blood. Feel free to give me a frenzy check.
I wonder what blood that is.
Yeah, fuck, guys.
Get pranked, loser.
Yeah, I might be fucked.
It's only like difficulty.
Does that
Let me check. What?
pass?
Can I
will
spend
go
hope
if
to
needed.
remove one of his successes?
You.
Um, unfortunately, it is enough. As you barely contain yourself, not to just immediately jump for the obvious, kind of like pool of blood gathering there.
Conveniently placed pool of blood.
Kind of like back away slowly out of the bar, trying to put your mind like at ease. Think of something else. As you hear a voice behind you. Turn around and it's Vikos. Ah, you're awake. Lovely.
Yeah. How did the creature do?
Ah, wonderful. Oh, the entire city knows about it, and I presume the Camarilla and much everyone else around the world. I think it's time we move
Move where?
somewhere else than here. Look rather hungry though.
I'm fine. Morning jitters.
She slices off her wrist as like droplets of blood start pouring out. Another frenzy resist check, I guess. She stares at you rather unimpressed. Maybe lightning can strike twice.
She cut off a wrist for you, man.
Yeah, you still managed to keep it under control. Just like, come on, Casper, I can see it on your face. Just drink the fucking blood.
No.
I'm good.
In a frenzy, I will chop off your head.
I mean, as long as it's not against you,
Okay.
why does it matter?
Let's hope it's not against me. Get in the car. As she points to a nearby van.
Where are we moving to?
Uh, Guess we'll figure that out when we get there. You do hear the muffled screams of people from the barn.
Do we not want to tend to them first?
Those are for someone else. A little gift.
Gift for who?
Whoever's gonna show up here. You haven't been doing this too long as we both get to a car and start driving. Think people haven't already started looking for you, scouted out? Who else knows about this place, where you live?
Patrick Wood. He's the one that set me up with the place.
I'm surprised he hasn't firebombed this place already.
I mean, if he knows what's good for him, he won't come.
Not your friend Patrick I'm concerned about. It's who he's bringing along. Now that you have earned the full ire of the Camarilla, it's time to, well, get some friends of our own.
We have allies.
Of course we do.
Where are they?
Outside the city, close. Think, think maybe you'll like them. See, this wasn't just a message for all true loyal Sabbat out there. It's also a message to the Simichi that still care about the old ways and don't want to just bow down to some upstarts. Soon, Casper, the entire region will be engulfed into a war. Camarilla cannot not kill us all. They certainly cannot contain them. They will have to accept my terms, or will risk the upheaval of the entire human society, I suppose.
And this all starts tonight then?
She nods.
Do we know whose friends they've invited in then? Patrick and Nicholas?
I don't, but you know the sort of firepower the Camarilla can, well, rely upon when they need to. I expect many Ancilla, even elders, to pour into the city. I expect Alasters to be after me. I expect, well, expect the Justicars quite upset. Well,
I mean, yeah, we attacked a pretty important building.
we did, and we'll do it again and again until they realize there is a reason why the Camarilla has stayed out of our business the last 5 centuries. Then we'll get rid of the Impaler alongside his little SI group and restore proper order.
What does this new order look like?
Looks like it always has. Us on the top and everyone else underneath. Camarilla, stay away from our lands. Sabat, bow down and fear us. The Anarchs, our prey, alongside mortals. Large swaths of domains be split amongst those who are loyal.
And the ones who are not?
Hmm?
And the ones who are not?
There's one single punishment. Well, I would say death, but I would be a bit too swift, too kind. After all, we need test subjects.
Sounds a fair end for a traitor.
Certainly does. Yeah, she's gonna drive you out of the city. Meanwhile, what are the three of you planning with Casper's home?
I think. Well, last night we were talking about using Nicholas to track Casper's current location with his blood sorcery. So I think like me and Patrick are gonna start contacting with whatever allies we can, and then Nicholas is gonna start tracking, and then we go on to that.
Well, if you think you can take on the Drakon, last time, Nicholas, that's kind of what awaited you at the end of the trail, so.
That time it was Nicholas alone. This time it'll be Nicholas,
Yeah.
me, Patrick, and 5 high-level
More
vampires.
mid bags.
Maybe. Listen, if Nicholas thinks like, hey, we should just leave Casper B for eternity.
Listen, Nicholas is the only one out of you who've actually faced the Drakon. Like, he knows.
Yeah.
The rest of you have no fucking idea. Apparently, it's just a fleshmobile, so not that bad, right?
Oh yeah, we're just told, hey, this is a Methuselah. Yeah, I can take him.
Listen, we have to kill him with Methuselah anyway.
You and 5 other Ancilla.
By the way, we were told that me and Patrick were told that fucking Dragomir was coming. Did he ever show up?
No.
Damn,
told that
Dragomir's
like a
fucking
week
bitch.
ago or some shit. Takes some time to go travel from the fucking Middle East.
I think the first thing Patrick's going to do, he's going to send a message to Reginald, Maria's brother. He'll give a photo of Casper, and if you've read the news, this is the man behind the last 2 attacks. If you want to help us track him down so that we can kill him, that'd be appreciated.
I guess. You can try.
Oh, also, yeah, you were gonna contact Deacon. That's right too.
And yeah, through the Second Inquisition phone, going to send a message to Deacon asking for assistance, and also see if I can't find the names of the mysterious helpers.
Yeah, well, probably all code names, so doesn't mean anything to you. But yeah, there's like about 10 or so people in the city that are like actual official SI members.
Oh, geez, 10 already.
One of which is the guy with the big gun. There's the guy apparently with the crossbow and some chick with like a bird.
The man with the big iron.
Yeah, but there's also Sensei. There's about like, let me like a countdown. There's like 4 Ancilla / elders. There's a werewolf. There's a bunch of hunters. So yeah, there you go. That's your. Then there's like another symbol that don't actually know what that stands for because it's different from all the others.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's like a skull with a burn, like a weird like symbol on it etched.
But yeah, Patrick will put the message out basically that they are tracking one of the people responsible for the attack, for the 2 attacks. It is likely, there's a pretty high chance of running into Vikos on the operation as well, because fucking Casper seems to be her little fucking student now.
Yeah, the people will notice as a
Student.
Sorry, go ahead.
Student. Excuse me. Student wasn't the word I was thinking of, but we'll go with that one.
Fair enough.
Something. Not sure if Casper is gonna do the whole. I've been working with you all along, guys. It's.
Guys, it was a prank.
I desperately hope
Guys,
he tries that.
Guys,
It was
there's
a
a camera show.
joke. Can't you take a fucking joke?
There's a camera there. There's a camera there. You're an undercover boss.
Guys, can't believe you thought it was serious.
My God, people can't appreciate jokes nowadays.
Absolutely. Got no room for comedy. No love for the arts anymore. What the hell?
So yeah, yeah, no, again, there will be like a citywide search.
You couldn't make a horrible flesh-crafted adaptation of a Mel Brooks movie today. People are just too sensitive.
Absolutely.
But yeah, besides that, calling, like putting out the contact, like fucking. Again, assuming Casper's dumb enough to probably stay at that barn, which is we're gonna have to check that out anyways. But keep a search out for if he has been moved.
The SI quote unquote cleaners will move in on that one, see what's there to report. So wait on that, I guess, as I'll make a couple of rolls. But if there's any discussions you want to have in the meeting.
I'm going to. So was this call the Camarilla hit squad when we go in for the hit, or call them to give them the parameters?
Honestly, up to you. They kind of left you. You know that they're like nearby, so they can sort of move in. You can also keep them in reserve. The problem is you think they might not get along with the other SI people, so might be best to keep them separate.
Yeah, I was planning to have either Patrick's people or my people as a quick response force / dragnet. I'm just not sure which one would be a better use of that. I think Patrick's people should be the second line.
I will also assume you're not gonna send in Theodore or like any other of the actual Bucharest people, and you're gonna let the SI handle this. Patrick.
Yeah, basically. Basically Theodore and the rest of the Bucharest people, they're being kept as a sort of, I guess, quick response. But yeah, we are not directly engaging with fucking Vikos because that didn't go well last time.
He has a lot of willpower for a reason.
Yeah, but he's rolling kind of shit. Gonna lie.
Yeah, it's because you're rolling. Let me roll for it. Come on.
No. Too late.
Rolls shit, 8 successes.
Yeah,
that's a
but-
shit
that is
roll,
it.
guys.
God, I pray for dog shit rolls like that.
Yeah, but when you have like a 15 dice pool, that's not the like average.
Damn. So he's getting his ass beat.
Like
Okay,
as a hero roll almost as good as a doesn't actually know.
Zahir has that celerity.
Yeah, he has rapid reflexes and fleetness and weaving.
So yeah, almost as good as the other one, but with like half the dice pool. Yeah, no. Actually. Yeah, well.
I'm going to perform illuminate the trail of prey.
Sure. Give me a rouse check. And let's like an intelligence plus or 0.
Helps if you look in the right place. Oh. I already did blood surge, and I forgot that it blood surged for me, so I made. Yeah. Ignore that. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Sir!
Yeah,
You fucking get a social security number with a roll like that.
Yeah, you don't even have to give me the other roll. The trail is, and it's like it's gonna stay like this for like I think like 3 nights or some shit. I don't remember what happens on a crit, but I think it's something like that.
2 nights
We'll
is
say
on a crit.
we'll say 3 because it sounds better.
Okay.
Is a cool sounding number.
As yeah, well, news does come in. And well, one of the people who report to you, Patrick, that the farmhouse was actual a horror house. Apparently, 2 more of those creatures came out, and well, that in and of itself wasn't the hardest part. Apparently, the entire farmhouse was alive, and they barely got out of there alive. And they're pretty sure it was the Drakon himself that fucked them up. Fortunately, nobody died, but they're all fucking banged up.
I'm gonna call like our old boss, like, hey, I know we kind of betrayed you, but you want to fight this other Methuselah?
Nah,
Like,
Shulgi is fucking sitting in like a cave now.
yeah,
It's in his goon cave.
like what? Oh, no. No, but there's like another Methuselah that's like in the area, but that's for Nicholas to pull that trigger. I don't think you want to do that unless like it gets really fucking desperate.
We're heading in that direction.
I know, which is why this is well, we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, no, they've managed to sort of demolish the place and like at least kill the fucking war ghouls. But yeah, there was no sign of Casper.
All right.
Probably he left. Apparently,
You know what that
Casper
means?
is not as dumb as you thought, Patrick.
Yeah, more
Yes,
than
he is.
likely,
It's
more,
fucking
more
Vinos
than
who's not as
more than likely, it's somebody else with him who pointed that out.
So
I know Casper. Casper would have stayed in that farmhouse till it was set on fire. If it was just him.
No, he would stay in it even if it was on fire. He's like,
what about my ducks?
what about me ducks?
Me ducks! Me geese!
So, well, Nicholas, you can't track him down. Everyone wanna try again, but there's a distinct feeling that if the Drakon shows up, this crew, which was composed of, I'll repeat that, 4 Ancilla / Elder, and a bunch of hunters with true faith, wouldn't really do much to this thing other than like push it away or scare it.
Do we want to utilize perhaps? Do we want to utilize perhaps Anastasio's and I'm not sure what fucking exact drones Reginald has, but do we want to utilize them to try to keep up the harassment on them?
Well, the
We don't
Drakon
want
has disappeared, has left.
So
But yeah, you can use
My
them
thought,
against. You can send them at Casper.
my thought is we hit him with the drones, and then immediately the Camarilla moves in.
If you
That sounds great.
pull all the
I
fu-
approve of that plan. Send your guys in
So
to
I'm
die.
I'm calling my people.
What is the plan here? Because Patrick, you also have the SI people standing, even though they're like
Yeah.
wounded, but they're still like functional.
As they're wounded, Patrick's idea is we use Reginald and Anastasio's drones to do a first strike. The Camarilla goes in. The second SI and other fighters of Bucharest, along with ghouls, former ghouls, soon to be ghouls. I don't know if they've been weaned off yet. Yeah, basically the idea is at that point they're forming a quick response around the location, basically. So if anyone tries to if they try to run, or if they try to like slip out from between the Camarilla, we can then still intercept them, and possibly the Camarilla just gets completely fucking wiped. I don't know. We can maybe investigate and see, is the enemy weak enough for us to move in, or do we want to pull back immediately?
Yeah, but how are you gonna spin this so Nicholas agrees?
Nicholas was the one who suggested Camarilla
This was
going in
Nicholas's
first.
idea.
Okay, never
Yeah.
He'll
mind.
literally be like, "Yeah, we'll stay in reserve in case things go wrong."
I guess.
Well, I also want them hanging back in case we need to catch anyone who tries to escape.
That's
The
what we
way-
suggested.
Yeah, the way
It's-
Patrick would sell this is I'm not sure if the Camarilla would cooperate with the Second Inquisition, so... And if the Camarilla gets the victory here, Nicholas can take that back to the Archon, who can take it to the Justicar and say, listen, the Camarilla is handling this.
as
If it's the SI that handles it,
Optics.
Yeah, the SI handling it has some problems that will manifest down the line. Like, what the hell is the SI doing in this city? Are you all? Is everyone in Bucharest insane?
Yes.
Including the Archon, who's not even in Bucharest. I'm going to kill all of you.
Honestly, this Archon's a pretty interesting dude. Like, I'm surprised he's been so nice to you. So he's actually a nice Archon.
Not to put words into a Justicar's mouth, but that might be what I would say.
as well.
good God, I think I've successfully convinced Nicholas to follow his own plan.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Truly a silver tongue on Patrick.
As
The greatest manipulator.
as this plan is being put into place.
I am communicating to the Camarilla that the person on the other end of this may well be the Drakon. I don't want them going in there thinking, oh, we can totally take this house.
This flesh car.
Get in there, kill the guy, get the fuck out.
As well, as Casper? I was gonna say, as Casper, you're being driven. This like sort of country road almost, as the car stops, and you see a man in a well-dressed suit, almost waiting with you. As he smiles as he sees the two of you get out. As Vico says, pleasure to see you again. So, much rather prefer to the other face. As Stefan just kind of like chuckles and nods and says, well, I suppose the ruse was good as long as it lasted, but you believe you've attracted quite a lot of attention. Nods. She turns to you, Casper, and says, Casper, this is Stefan. One of the
Nice
most...
to meet you, sir.
He'll nod. Continues. Says, one of the more powerful flesh crafters in the region. And voivode of the Simichi.
Wow.
And he says, as he looks at you, I've heard you have quite the talent for the craft, neonate.
I'm learning. Had a pretty good teacher.
Well, good thing. As it appears that situation will grow dire.
I know Sasha was telling me about war coming.
I wanted to meet with you a bit before Zuma don't wish to stay in the city, unless maybe you do.
Kind of want to see how this all goes down.
I believe it will go down in fire and blood. It appears that your friends are not willing to back down. He flicks your phone. Call your friend Patrick. Tell him that if he doesn't call off his people or the Camarilla, I've hidden plenty of other surprises throughout the city. They've all focused their forces on us right now. Means who's defending the rest of the city?
Go give Patrick a ring.
It's, Patrick, there's a number calling you, a number which you recognize on the phone. This is the Nosferatu, at least his phone number. Was
Patrick will
Nosferatu.
answer it.
Patrick.
Hearing Nicholas on, hearing Casper on the other side. Really did that to your friends.
Did what? Turn them into a perfect creation. But that's not why I called you. Call off your forces now. Or things will go south quickly.
And I can assume if I call off my forces, the White Coast will do nothing. She'll just be a law-abiding member of society now.
Oh, let's not kid ourselves, Patrick. We all both know that's not going to happen, but things will go so much worse for you than if you stop all of this. Pull your forces out.
You really are
You can
fucking
even pull out of
stupid,
the city.
You really are fucking stupid, Casper.
Really? Kind of seems
Patrick
like I'm
hangs
winning
up.
at this point.
Yeah, Patrick already hung up, as he's going to send a message through the Second Inquisition that they need to get ready. There's going to be an attack on the city.
I'll take that answer as a no from him then.
It's like bad things will happen to you if you don't stop. Bad things are gonna happen if I let you do this. So
yeah,
no.
but you only have like a certain amount of forces. So how many of them are like you redirecting back to the city?
Pretty much, I am going to like call a text to Nicholas that basically explain to him the situation. That while the Second Inquisition pulling back, I'll leave the Camarilla up to him. If he still wants to do the attack, if he still wants to do the attack, that's fine. But the Second Inquisition needs to be ready to defend areas in Bucharest.
If we act together, if we all act together tonight, then we can do more damage than if we, even with their counterattack, than if we attack in part.
Think we could bait them? Only launch the drones. If we only launch the drones, and then we have your forces and the ones that I can muster.
I'll say this based on your information, Nicholas. If you all of you dedicate all your forces in a singular attack, you might be able to kill them. At least, like Vikos. Vikos is like a certain death because she's like main target number one. Whoever else she might have, as well. But if you like start splitting people, then you're gonna lose her.
We have a chance to get Vikos. If we split up, we will lose the battle tonight, and she will come back into Bucharest anyway and continue her reign of terror. You will sacrifice the people of Bucharest either tonight or in the nights to come.
What if we use Patrick? You send out a Bucharest-wide message to all of your allies that us elites are going after this, but every other kindred in the city is going to be on watchdog duty to try and stop this counterattack. All hands on deck.
You give me an intelligence resolve if you want.
Intelligence resolve, all right. Nope, let's not roll with Zahir.
Zahir just pops in and is like, actually.
You know, let's blood search because I have a feeling this is pretty important. 3 successes.
You doubt. There's a couple of really good combatants like Michaela and Theodore, but most of the kindred in Bucharest aren't, like, at least half of them aren't good in the fight. Like against the Vots, they're gonna get like, they might like be able to survive, but like clean it up. Depending on how credible you think this threat is and how many do you think that they've been able to stash. Apparently they have your Nosferatu, probably either one, he betrayed you, or either two, they like fucked him up and he, although you've seen him at meetings, so like what the fuck, but then again you know that these people can flesh crap themselves. So yeah, depends how credible you think the threat is.
And right now we're sending all of the SI's heavy hitters to this attack to support the Camarilla, right?
There's about 10 SI heavy hitters. When I say heavy hitters, it means like the vampires and the hunters with true faith, and the one werewolf. So
Me personally, I vote kill Vikos. Because if we let them go and
Patrick is going to send a warning out that they are moving against Vikos. He has received a threat from Casper that there are surprises throughout the city. Basically, he is saying that though they are still going to go through the attack, they have a chance to kill Vikos. He's sending this out to both the on the SI thing and on a thing to the vampires of the city. Basically, he is saying that it's not that basically every vampire that can fight needs to be on kindred that can fight needs to be on standby. Any kindred that has favors they can call in that could do anything to assist the situation in the event of this attack. Now's the time to call them in. This is the now or never moment. We either attack now or we back down and basically give the enemy free movement.
As
I do need to go in 20 minutes.
I know. We'll wrapping up shortly.
Sorry.
There will be now I don't wanna speak for some characters here, but I feel like there will be a lot of messages of like actually no, you can go fuck yourself. I think saving civilian and people lives are a bit more important than taking out Vikos. So I'm gonna leave Abdel and Zahir's responses to you two, whatever you think is appropriate. But like the hunters are gonna be like, Father Deacon's gonna be like, well, no, actually, what? No, we're gonna go back in the city and make sure more people don't die. What the fuck?
Honestly, no, Patrick will not begrudge them that. Because if chasing Vikos out of the city to him is not as good as just killing her, but that still gets them what they need. So anyone who wants to back out, he's fine with that. And Zahir, Zahir's also going back into the city. Zahir's not willing to sacrifice the innocent people for this.
Like, we're not talking about a couple of people dying. We're talking about dozens, possibly hundreds of deaths.
Do I have access to this conversation?
No, no, this is pure SI stuff. I'm just letting hate decide for Abdel. If he thinks Abdel would just be like, you know what, I will sacrifice a couple hundred people to try and take this one person out.
Abdel sees the benefits of both. It's like because if Vikos survives, she's gonna keep killing people, and just keep torturing people. So honestly, he would since he knows Abdel's going, not Abdel, he knows Zahir's going back. Is Abdel able to get in contact with fucking Vlad at all?
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Hey, it's like, yo, this is the situation. What do you think? Is she a credible enough threat to demand we kill her now to save people in the future? Or is she something we can leave for later?
His message would be saving lives always comes as a priority, and honestly, he doesn't think you can do it. It's like at best a 50-50 chance you kill her. So Vlad's decision would be like, you should go back and save people because the chance of you killing her this night are awfully slim.
Would that message also be sent to Patrick? That kind of vibe from Vlad?
Only if you ask him.
I mean, Patrick's not. It's a thing. It's like Patrick's not like asking anyone in particular, but like no, he is open to being. Basically, he is. He's asking people their opinions on the plan. Yeah.
Vlad suggests dealing with the VODs and preventing more masquerade breaches as well. And that's because if the actual VODs start rampaging through the city, even if you let's say kill Vikos and you sacrifice, let's say 100 innocents, the Justicar will come in full force and just fucking like.
Okay. With that, and also seeing that a lot of the support for the plan is just like, no, we're going to stay in the town anyways, which means if we're not putting all of our forces onto it, it's like, at that point, we're getting the worst of both worlds. Patrick is going to recall the number.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Abdel Wood tells it here after that. There's like, I'm happy he said that. Would have been very disappointed if he in him if he didn't.
Zahir will nod. He is a damaged man, but he's not a heartless one.
Zahir was genuinely curious what Vlad would say, and he would have been very disappointed if Vlad said, "Yeah, go Vikos."
But yeah, fucking Patrick will recall Casper.
Decided to call back.
Lycos is not worth the people of Bucharest. Tell your little puppet master, tell your little teacher, tell whoever, and tell her misbegotten father. Tell her that for now, there is a ceasefire in hand.
For now?
Casper, you're very good at playing dumb because you are that fucking dumb. You know that your teacher, Vikos, and the Dragon are here for an ill purpose. Unless they're willing to give that up and go.
You could leave. It's another option.
If I was to be willing to leave the people of Bucharest to your and your fucking rotten kind's mercy, then I would just launch the attack right now. If your masters want to discuss more concrete terms, I am open to them. But if they're not, then it's a ceasefire for now.
You'll have time to think about it, Patrick.
And with that, he's going to hang up and he's going to inform first Nicholas the attack is off. Most of the too much of the Second Inquisition were not willing to go through with the attack with the risk to the people of Bucharest.
A couple questions. Am I aware of the people who have been disappearing in the city to feed Vikos's and Casper's?
No, not really, because if they pick people like the homeless, nobody's gonna keep track of them.
Patrick, do you know what Winston Churchill told Neville Chamberlain after the Munich Accords? He told him, you were given the choice between war and dishonor. You chose dishonor and you will have war. The Camarilla will remember this, and the deaths of all those Vikos and Casper and the Drakon will torture and kill will be on your hands.
The hunters had called out multiple of the kindred.
I hang up as soon as I finish speaking. And
Patrick is gonna fucking throw the phone against the wall.
Well, that's fine. It hasn't.
Oh well, goodness.
Well, that's
You're so chill about this, Nicholas.
Nicholas. It's gonna get worse. Don't you worry. As there's a Fatima walks in, there's a phone for you.
I answer it.
I presume I'm speaking to an up-and-coming Archon, I was told. Hello, my name is Stefan. We haven't met, but I heard quite a lot about you.
What can I do for you, Stefan?
It's more what I can do for you. Nicholas? Is that right? I think I have that right. I was told you are looking for something in the city. Now, I may not be the best friends with Tremere, but I know your kind are always interested in making deals. I have a deal for you. Merely have to, well, align with my interests for a while. I'll hand you the key to your success, your whole clan's success.
And what are your interests?
My interests are to oust my cousin from power, restore the local Simichi to their proper places. I think that would concern you and your Westerner friends. I give you the formula, walk out of here, and let me handle the likes of the Second Inquisition and your friends in the city.
When do you need an answer?
Now. Listen, I feel like it's a fair deal. You help me gain stability and regain my clan's proper place in the region, and I help you with yours.
The thing is, I doubt your ambitions end at the border. And I've seen what your rulership looks like.
Plus, I've been voivode for several centuries. Have the Tsimichi ever expanded beyond the Carpathian mountain range? No. We're quite content with our little plot of land here, undisturbed.
You forget that I'm from New York. I remember what I know the stories of your rule of my city.
Are we gonna share stories about whose ancestors are to blame for what now? Like we could be here all night.
What I'm telling you is I don't believe you.
Well, I suppose I shall then dispose of your only method of removing clan banes. I don't need it, and well, it's better to destroy it than let it fall into some unsavory hands. Sure, the other archons and their other friends in the Camarilla will be quite understanding when they hear of this a monumental failure.
I hang up.
Based?
Team Stefan's not really good at negotiations.
No, it really isn't.
Just like, hey, do evil for me, and maybe I'll give you this cookie.
Yeah, well. As Casper, you do see Stefan just look rather disappointed and say, a Principal Tremere, the first.
The one Tremere that wouldn't work on.
Actually,
sadly, you did meet the only nice Tremere who's unwilling to do anything bad.
To be clear, he's still an asshole. But he's the nicest Tremere.
He looks at you, Casper, and says, now, I have to make a very convincing argument to why I should let you live, though.
What do you mean? Why should I have been loyal to Sasha up until now?
Sasha, but I need to leave with you two, and
I've sent monsters flying down innocent streets, torn apart past friends, helped destroy animals that I believe are under my care. I've done quite a bit for this already.
are you truly that emotional? No care in the world? Ready to backstab those you worked with at a moment's notice? I think it goes to the trunk, like pops it open, as you hear like a muffled sound. He pulls out this woman, blonde hair. If you recognize her, Casper, it's Patrick's girlfriend. I
fucking hate Stefan Ex Machina.
I managed to snatch this one up. I believe she's quite important. Your old
Patrick's
acquaintance.
bitch. We called a ceasefire with him, at least for now.
I don't care. Kill her. Show me that you are actually done with these people.
Well, I didn't think my prediction to Patrick would come true this quickly.
Oh, fuck, guys.
I presume, Nicholas, you wouldn't have called off the hit, so the Banu Hakim are still actually on their way.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Nicholas did or not. Now that everyone's gone.
You know, if we kill her, he'll become flying in. He doesn't care that much about.
I did not ask your opinion. Time's wasting.
It seems to be.
As
He'll target me though first if I kill her. Not safe for me.
So then you have good luck dealing with everything else when we leave. So again, asking confirmation from Nicholas, you wouldn't have called off the hit.
Do I think they have a chance of success?
There's like a 30% chance.
Come on, Ross. No balls. Come on, you've got to do this.
I let the Banu Hakim know that we are unsupported, but that I think we need to move.
Yeah, no, listen, these aren't. They'll just confirm. They're open to nothing else.
I'm not going to send them in blind and expecting support, but
Yeah.
I'm also not going to stop them.
Don't seem to give a shit. Whoever these people
Okay.
that the Archon brought in. As Stefan kind of like cocks his head, looks at you, Casper, and says, "Don't." Not convinced. You seem to suddenly have lost your determination.
I just don't believe this is the smart move to do. She's much more worth us as a hostage. The bargaining chip.
Having Casper give lectures on the smart thing to do is.
Oh yeah, it's.
He looks at you and kind of like chuckles and says, "Again, you presume to think I asked for your opinion, or that I care for it. I asked you to obey, and you're not obeying. I think that tells me all I need to know about your usefulness. Come on, Sasha, I believe your apprentice lacks the guts to do this." As she'll like walk to the car. As she shrugs. "Well, it's been fun while it lasted, Casper."
Where is Patrick's girlfriend currently?
She is like a couple of meters away from you, looking terrified on the ground at all of this. She's like gagged, blindfolded. She's just kind of like whimpering and trying to glance about, following the sounds.
Is she being left or?
Yeah, they're leaving her with you.
If you ever need use of me again, you know where to find me.
As there's like you feel something grab at you. You can give me a Dex Athletics if you want to try and get away.
I need to go.
Yeah, I know. You added your XP.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See you later, sweet
Goodbye.
bros.
Goodbye.
The cop.
Oh guys, this is gonna go so shit.
Oh, you don't even know. As you like
Damn,
I will. Can I willpower the one dice?
can, but
You know, if he crits, he gets 5 successes.
he died, that's true.
And I mean, this is in the protection of the innocents, so I could use my thingy on this as well.
I think this is in the protection of you.
Well,
No, I would
protected
allow.
his-
Yeah, I would allow him to do that. So you said.
Okay. All right.
Let's see if you get a success to actually be able to turn it
I
into.
hit reroll and it just didn't. Oh, I forgot.
You have
the
to
dice,
select
that's
the.
why. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then yeah, I'll bump it. I'll make them all crits. Just so I can actually dodge wherever this is.
as you roll around, you see there's like several tentacles that have sprouted from the ground. They try to grab you. Roll out of the way. As they like kind of like materialize as they like will continue trying to grab at you. What are you gonna do with them?
I'm gonna just try and grab Patrick's gal and run.
Yeah, you can actually do that. As you'll bolt as the tentacles will grasp at Maria. Give me like a strength athletics.
Oh, this is so much worse.
Fortunately, it is. You have to pull her away as well. Well, it's still 2 successes. So as you kind of like grab her, trying to run away, one of the tentacle latches onto her foot and just kind of like keeps her down. You kind of like pull her away. as like the first gunshot whizzes through the air, as just kind of like completely fucking obliterates both the tentacle and part of her leg. As you like fall backwards, and suddenly you there's the scream of pain as like blood starts like oozing out as you drag, as the tentacles kind of like retreat back into the ground.
Run!
Yes,
I'm at 5 hunger if she starts bleeding.
that's true. You can give me a frenzy check. Let's see if your success continues.
It would be at the worst possible moment, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Looks at camera.
You did foil their plans, so
Oh, yes!
congratulations. Yeah, you managed to push past the smell and grab her as fortunately for you, they have bigger fish to fry, as they won't try and shoot at the car as it's going away. But you see it like about several hundreds of meters away, the tires get completely damaged, as there's no like the doors don't pop open. You just spot a trailing mist leaving the vehicle as it just sort of seeps into the ground and disappears from sight. And there's the bleeding woman in your arms that's crying for help. As you hear like footsteps. As you glance back, you see a woman just kind of like leveling a rather large handgun at your head.
What does she look like?
She is completely covered up. You can't see her face, only her
Okay.
eyes.
What? Let's all calm down here.
You don't look like any of our targets. What's your name?
Casper.
And the woman?
I believe her name's Maria.
Civilian?
She would be.
Gestures as another man approaches her, slices his wrist and just force feeds her some blood without taking the blindfold off, as it will at the very least prevent her from dying. As the woman just tells him to keep him under surveillance, take him back to the city. We'll be chasing the others. As you hear a rather large roar in the distance, as you do see Vikos's horrid form into action, as the Banu Hakimu fucking town. As the man will just kind of like fucking like grab you and like start dragging you, kind of like lifting you up and just.
Yeah, I'm not fighting this. I'm in no shape to fight this. Really.
He's taking you back as you leave behind the sound of gunfire. As he'll take you to a nearby car and go in the back. As he like starts driving and says, "If you move an inch, I will splatter your brains all over the back seat."
Understood. Do you have a name?
None that you need to know.
Fair enough.
Do you like jazz?
You watched the B movie before?
Honestly, it's a weird thing. As he gets into the city, he drives for about 15 minutes before he actually turns on the radio. It's like 90s hip hop, I think.
He does like jet. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were gonna say it was the
It's not the
hit
Backstreet
band
Boys?
shattering. I thought you were gonna say it was the hit band, the Shattering Paradox.
No. He is into hip hop, not rock. It's fine.
Alt.
As he is driving into town, and we'll send a text message. As yeah, no, Patrick. In fact, the SI, thanks to the hunters and everyone else basically cooperating, have taken down about 10 VODs that were stashed in different places throughout the city, before they could cause like too much panic, and basically there's no casualty.
All right, that's good. That's good.
As you get a phone call from Reginald, from Maria's brother. Patrick, I have news. I think you want to see this. I'm gonna send you the footage from one of my drones. Anastasio, did you also still have your drones out?
I did.
They're dead now. They got shot.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, somebody didn't like having drones up in the air. And
Was it shot by the other fucking hunter? Didn't he know?
No, these were shot by the Banu Hakim from the Camarilla.
No, unfortunately, this hunter is this other guy is a hunter, which means he has cool things on his drones.
Oh no, his drone got fucked too. Don't you worry about that.
My drone was.
His drone did manage to capture some footage before it got blanked out. As you see on screen, the moment they, of course, you see some of the aftermath from the farm, and the way that like the SI engaged with a moving barn. That's not a metaphor. As well as footage. They're basically engaging with what looks like the monster you saw previously. You know, Vikos's horrid form. As there's about like 10, at least 10 gunmen you can identify that are shooting at it from like different angles, and there is in fact someone who is unironically fighting it up close with a rather long ass blade, and she's moving extremely fast. That's the only way she's even been able to sort of deal with it. But suddenly the footage cuts as Reginald says, I think that's when they noticed me and shot down my drone.
Alright.
I don't know who these people are, Patrick, but I've never seen anything this coordinated, and they're not messing around.
Yeah, that's the hit squad that the Camarilla has.
Holy fucking shit.
Nah. Don't worry, they don't waste something like that on hunters or on kindred who break away. They save that for things like, well, that monster.
They might have a chance of winning, as I will unironically roll.
Yeah, Patrick would also, like, I don't know, maybe, like, basically, like, send the location out, just, if anyone is around to check out, to check it out.
For a little bit. They're all a bit too shitty.
No.
Well, guess Vikos lives.
You know, maybe if they'd let my drones bomb her instead of being selfish assholes.
Yeah, because they're totally just gonna trust random drones in the fucking sky.
Nicholas knows that my drones are in the sky.
Nicholas told them we were backing out completely.
Yeah, Nicholas, listen, Nicholas didn't give them. Nicholas like the target's here, go kill it. Nicholas wasn't like leading the mission.
Yeah.
He was just giving out targets. These people are not gonna take orders from a fucking Tremere. Like when I say survive, I do actually genuinely mean survive, barely. As there's a phone call. Another unknown number. Patrick.
Patrick will answer it. Patrick speaking.
Well, I believe I have something for you, Mr. Patrick, I suppose.
Who is this?
One of the Camarilla agents. I'm here to deliver someone you might find important.
When can I expect your arrival?
I'm en route. I just would like a location. Drop off 2 packets.
Patrick will direct him to the back entrance of wherever he's currently staying at, just so it's not like on the road, like through the alley.
As once you will presumably will wait in the area. A bunch of your own ghouls.
Yep, waiting with Dan and some of the ghouls.
You see the car stop as you see in the back seat. There's both Casper and Maria. It's this travel rule.
Casper's like seeing Maria in the car. Gonna immediately look at Dan and gonna tell him, I want messages sent out to those safe houses if one was fucking hit without me hearing about it.
Not. He like starts messaging rapidly. The man will get out. Open the door for you, Casper. Says, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah, I'll move, brother.
As the woman is confused and panicked. As he says, "Take her with you as well." And as you see Casper getting out of the vehicle with Maria kind of like laying there for support, hopping. The man approaches you first, and he does have a large handgun in hand, but well, not aimed or anything, but just out. As he looks at you, Patrick, and says, "Consider this a favor from the Web of Knives."
Patrick will nod.
Our leader will have words with you soon. We believe that we may have common interest in the future. Don't work for the Camarilla exclusive.
Yeah. Patrick will nod. It seems I owe you a debt regardless.
We know that heard that this one is important to you, and that this other one was trying to save her. As such, I will leave their fate in your hands.
Thank you.
Like nods, and we'll go back and get back in the car and just drive off.
Hey, Patrick. Dan. How is everyone?
Dan will just lean closer to you, Patrick, and say, "I've received confirmation Maria is one of the safe houses that's not been hit."
Hearing that, going to instruct Dan. Call some of our allies. This might get ugly.
He nods.
And Patrick is going to first look at Casper. Your monstrous little experiment didn't work out for you.
Is there somewhere private we can talk, or?
Yes, but first is he will take Maria and escort her somewhere, but as he's escorting her, he will say, and the ghouls are still around as escorting. Why is it that Maria is still in one of my safe houses if you're here?
I don't know who. Maria.
In that case, gonna try to get. I'm gonna insight. If was this just some poor woman flesh crafted to look like Maria?
Give me what's inside. Remember, she's still blindfolded.
Yeah. Insight, wits. Yeah, let's blood search for this because it's near the end of the session.
It would have been way worse if Casper hadn't actually dodged the tentacles. You know what they wanted to do to him, right?
Tentacle rape him.
No, they wanted to fleshcraft him so he looks like Vitos.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Lol.
But he dodged that one. Yeah, no.
6 successes.
She's a woman.
Okay.
She's probably been fleshcrafted. And it's not a very, it's not clearly not a perfect match. I'll say this now that you see her up close. You can tell the certain imperfections. While the face may resemble the body, is rather not proportional, not a duplicate. As probably was also fucking mind wiped and shit. So who knows?
Patrick will, as he's leading her, say, sorry, ma'am, that you've gotten involved in all of this. I have some people that will be able to help you.
Take me to the... What? I'm so scared.
Yes. Take you to the hospital.
Thank you.
As he will he'll send a message to Vlad. I have an innocent woman who's been flesh crafted to look like my girlfriend. I'm going to need somebody who can help restore her and somebody that can help her with the mental damage. He's just going to text that to him.
He'll say we have someone who can handle such cases. I'll make sure she gets the help she needs.
I give up such a perfect body double? Damn.
Unfortunately, he will not only he probably will reverse the flesh crafting. Fine. Desmond Clinic accepts all sorts of patients.
Listen. If you're not getting hunter powers from this...
Oh yeah, she definitely gets added to the list.
Yeah, Patrick will have her... Patrick is going to explain to her that they have... going to remove your blindfold. Going to tell you this. It's going to be very confusing for you. But there are people who will be able to help you. As he removes the blindfold, and he will just again tell her that you'll be taken to a hospital, and there will be others that can help in other manners. If you want an explanation for what happened to you, I can give it. If you'd rather not, I understand.
She's like just nods. She's completely fucking like, shell shocked as not it'll be like 10 minutes before you see a car stop down as there's an older man with well, 2 young adults following him along, and maybe even teenagers. Can't really tell. As
Does this man have a big sword?
Does in fact have a sword, which is a bit uncommon, but you know these hunter types.
Yeah, with that, help has arrived. Assistance has arrived sooner than I thought it would, as he will help her out to the man.
Yeah, and as Taylor will take her off, make sure she gets to the Desmond Clinic, the Jambalaya. You still have Casper on your hands.
Yeah. Going to go to the room that Casper's in, which there's a few guys in it. Because would have told Dan, make sure he's under extreme guard.
As soon as Patrick leaves the room, I fleshcraft them all.
Patrick will enter into the room.
Hey, buddy!
Oh, thank you, Casper. That wasn't Maria, but...
It wasn't?
No, flesh-crafted. Recovery for her is going to take a long time, but I have allies who are equipped to help those like her. And I'm gonna try to incite that on Casper to see if that's a genuine surprise from him, or if this is just some sort of trick.
What? That wasn't her. I couldn't tell.
I assume that this is a different scene.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll blood search again because Patrick absolutely wants to make sure in character. 3 successes.
It must be nice to use abilities this session.
Yeah, man, it's great. Maybe you should have drank the fucking blood.
If you wanna lie, you can roll me patient subterfuge, I guess.
Well, I think.
What would I?
If you're lying, if you're not lying, then.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Casper's too dumb.
Fact that you were willing to simply take harm to protect somebody that you thought was Maria's why I'm not fucking killing you right now.
I appreciate that.
Of course, I am just one person. There are other people who may want to kill you right now, which is why you are going to cooperate fully and without question.
Yep. Makes sense.
As send a message out on the SI thing that Casper has been Casper, an associate of Vikos, has been captured. He is currently being held for questioning. I'll send that over the SI thing. There's going to be a lot of people who want to ask you questions, and I do advise, Casper, cooperate with them. If you give them what they need, you give them something useful, they might just be willing to let you walk away with your life. Now, firstly, you're going to tell me everything, and you better get used to telling the whole story, because I doubt I'm the only person you're going to be telling it to.
Yeah, I'll go over the entire story, Brunt. I'm not leaving out any details. I'll also say about how that the Dracon, the only way to damage its spirits, apparently it needs to attack its spirit directly.
Oh, that's useful. You have a few hunters on hand that might be able to assist with that.
they're planning on fixing that, but from the sounds of it,
Good.
Progress.
And I will send the
I
information.
don't think that. I think that was in relation to the constructs he has. I don't think that was him.
Yeah.
No. So
Okay, so that's okay.
So you learn about the
even
faceless.
still, that's useful.
Yeah, the thing you learned about the things that attacked the werewolves that fucked them up. That they're basically nigh on immortal unless you fuck up the spirits that are possessing them. And even that's not that easy.
Yeah.
They will like literally piece themselves or regenerate from pretty much anything, including fire.
All right. Patrick will take the information, including, I can assume, of Stefan, at least of his description, if there's no name, and I'll send it all to Vlad. First, this is what he's told me, so this is what he's told me. I think he's telling the truth, but I can't be sure.
Vlad will respond. That sounds like something he would do. My cousin is well, dude does like to employ these sort of cheap tricks. So I would be concerned that you clearly have people who have betrayed you in your city, Patrick. Your phone gets leaked easily.
I don't know if the Nosferatu betrayed or if he was captured. But regardless, you're correct with that. We'll have to do a sweep. I know at least one other kindred in the city is of... We can't trust my sire. Besides that, well, I can have Anastasio do a sweep. He's good at these sort of things.
Yeah.
What does that mean, Grant?
Speaking of Anastasio, I presume you
Raggy
dies.
I presume, Anastasio, you're held up in your little abandoned apartment block.
Yeah, I'm probably in my basement, my goon cave. Guys, I got my hang in there kitty poster.
Well, you're alone tonight as Sophia went out to defend the city.
Mm-hmm.
As there's a heavy knock at your goon cave door, I guess.
I'm gooning in here.
Never say that again.
Thick Italian accent. I'm gooning in here.
Zaz, you know what? Quote that. Can I turn on the camera to see who's knocking at the door?
Yeah.
Boop.
That's a woman you don't recognize.
I don't recognize him. Get the detonator for the bombs, and head out there to go say hello.
Yeah. You open the door. As
You're cooked, man. I'm sorry.
I forget who that is.
She looks at you and says, "Are you the one that been hunting a certain Toreador?"
Yeah, that's me. Are you here to kill me or help me?
Here to say I have her.
Neat. Got proof?
I can show you where she is.
All right. What do you want in return?
I want the mage's location. Where the fuck has he been hiding? Your friend told us it was somewhere in the river, but well, we failed to locate it. It's been concealed quite well. Protective spells and all. And narrow that down, and points to a nearby car. You can see for yourself she's there.
We discussed that I didn't know, right? Like,
She doesn't give a shit.
yeah. It's like,
Just lie.
I can try to get the information out of Patrick. He was the one who went there. I believe he had the help of some Malkavians when he did it. Give me a few nights to try and figure it out, will you? Could you keep her until then?
Of course.
Mind if I still check to make sure that she is there?
Gonna walk with you to the van and just pops the doors open, and yeah, you see Jen's staked body with a rather horrified expression on her face.
It certainly looks like her. I did know about the other Ravnos in the city, like the one I talked to. Like that was actually Stefan, like flesh crafted. Right?
Yeah.
Like, there has been a couple cases of flesh craftings in the city, but either way,
Fine. She kind of like goes up to her, pulls out the stake. As Jen immediately like springs back to life, and you just see a blur move past you as you hear a thump several meters away as she's on the ground down, the stake back in her chest. The woman next to you hasn't even moved, but the stake from her hand is gone now.
all right. You know what? I'm pretty sure there's not too many Toreadors hanging around the city who can do that.
Don't ever call me that again.
No, I was talking to her. That's like I was saying she moved really quickly. So it'd be pretty hard to find another Toreador to do that too, is what I'm saying.
You blink and the body's gone, and it's back in the car, and there's like just a slight little breeze as it passes by you. As she's already slamming the doors.
Right, well, I am convinced. So who am I making, would you mind telling me who I'm making a deal with? Are you working with June?
She nods. You call me Troil.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Troil. I am Anastasia.
I will not remember you.
Fair enough.
I'll meet you here.
Question, Troil, do you hate Toreadors?
Good understatement.
Well, maybe I'll be a little bit more memorable if I've told you I've killed, like, what, 6 of them?
Could have done worse. Just gonna walk to the car and get in. Back and says, couple of nights. I'll be back.
All right.
Just drive off.
Well, I can't be too direct with this. Oh boy, how am I gonna trick Patrick into giving me this information?
Patrick,
We could just lie to her. I'm sure there'll be no negative repercussions from doing that.
No.
Absolutely not.
I'm sure she cannot incite you.
No.
I'm sure Anastasio can lie as natural as he breathes, I'm sure.
Anastasio's a good liar. He's not that good.
I feel like you still are banking on at least a minimum of 10 successes to be able to bullshit.
No, I don't know. I've done it before.
I know.
I have a 9 dice pool. I'm good. I'm not that good.
The question is, are you willing to literally risk your life on a single roll?
No. That's
I
the
feel
thing.
like I've been doing that a lot.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but here's the thing. I'm not lucky like you are.
The question is, do you think Troll is as nice as Kupala?
Definitely not.
No, I don't.
Might entertain your lie, might have fun with it if she catches you in it, but Troll might just like murder you and like move on to the next.
How is Anastasia going to get it out of this? Because Patrick's not going to tell you this.
I'm gonna do my best to listen. If you won't tell me yourself, I'll do my best to figure it out. Hey, you know what? I do know the Malkavians he was with. I can go talk to them.
They're all dead or gone, but listen, if they figured out the location, you probably can figure it out as well.
Right.
Your investigative skills.
I'll do my best.
But I think with that conclusion, I think that's a